hip bump sweep, right? Everybody in here should know what a hip bump sweep is. So we're going to use that same thing. We're going to use that same thing for my whole class today, but he's going to have one hand in front of the other. Okay, so one's close to my belt, one's close to my sternum, and I'm always going to start by airplaning first so that when I sit up, I'm not sitting up into his frame. Okay, so here I airplane to my left, I sit to my right. Now, pay attention, because what pisses me off more than anything else, and my own kids are the worst at it, is people who think they know something already. Okay? So pay attention, because I'm going to teach you how to do the hip bump sweep right. Okay? You might think you know how to do it, you don't. So I'm here, I'm going to now sit up to my right. And the first thing I want you guys to focus on with the hip bump sweep is how you control this arm. It's not like this. It's not like this. Okay? I want to wrap this whole thing up. I'm not just holding it with my hand. My whole body controls this arm, and I twist him with it here. So there's absolutely no way he's getting that arm back. Get the arm back. It's my whole arm. Second thing is my fingers point behind me. I look, and it's less of a bump and more of a twisting sweep. So I'm here. I'm going to look and look, look until I twist him over. Okay? He's going to shrimp. Put me in his guard. I'm going to give him hand position so he can pick a side. He's going to sit up, sweep me back, and I'm going to shrimp. Okay, let's go. Does anybody have any questions so far?
I got one. I noticed the first time you did it, you kept your feet locked, and then the second time you unlock them. Is it?
I personally always unlock my feet. Yeah, so. I start here, okay, and let me digress for 1 second, spin the other way. Because here, already people are forgetting what it is that I'm trying to show you. So I had you guys do the hip bump sweep back and forth, right? And then everybody just ignored this because their partner's not really resisting, right? So I see a lot of people sitting right into this. This isn't going to work in reality. See, when Dan gives me resistance here, that's not going to work. So don't forget the first piece, which is recognizing where he is first. Then moving so that you can sit in a way that he can't push you back down. Okay? Now, when I come up, I open my legs here. Okay? And I do it for two reasons. One, I can generate a lot more twisting force by driving my feet into the ground. But the second reason why is I block him from posting up his foot. Okay? Just like I would with the flower sweep. If I keep my legs closed here, okay, and Dan now, last year, showed a counter to a hip bump sweep where he raised his hips up, or the guy brings his legs up, it's going to be easier for Dan to lift up here. Okay? So I come here, I'm going to open, and use that foot to block that side. Make sense? That answer your question? Yeah. Okay. Anything else before we move on, guys? But understand, I want you to understand that when you're planing your body, you're doing it in a specific way because if I'm here and I'm wanting to not let Dan sweep me, and he sits into that frame, I'll use it to shove him back down. Okay? When he comes up the correct way here, it's very difficult for me to generate any force with my arm this way. I'm weaker. Okay? You guys got that? All right, let's go to the first problem we're going to run into. We're starting from a successful sweep, and then we're going to work our way all the way back to not even being able to get off the ground. Okay? So the first thing Dan's going to do to stop me, he's going to let me get all the way to the sweep. So I'm here, I go all the way up to here. And now he's going to body lock me and drive me back down. Okay? And the reason I'm teaching this, actually, it's not what I was going to teach originally, but when John was talking about going a little bit further than they want you to go, and use the headlock analogy, I decided to teach a whole class today about going a little bit farther than they want you to. Okay? So everything I'm going to show you today is going to involve that principle. So I'm here, I sit up, and now Dan wants to drive me back to the mat. So I'm going to cooperate with him. I'm just going to go a little bit further than he wants me to. So I'm going to give a little bunny hop as he drives me, and finish the sweep. Okay? So let's watch that in super slow motion. It starts with what? What's the first thing I do? Airplane. So I airplane to the correct side. I sit up, and now I've got this nice kickstand, fingers pointed backwards. I'm going to bunny hop. So I'm literally going to hop myself the way he wants me to go and land on my elbow. So he drives, and I stop here. Still have this elbow. My foot is on his knee, pinky on the mat. Maximum leverage here. So I'm not here on his quad, or up here in his hip. I'm down here on his knee. I straighten that. Look how I control his foot with my foot, and I just step across. Okay, everybody got it? Yeah. All right, let's give it a shot.
Are you placing that foot as you land on the elbow?
Yep. Yeah, so I'm in here, right? Come on. Now, that makes sense?
Yeah.
That bunny hop is for guys that are less flexible or guys with longer legs. The farther I move my hips away from him, the easier it is to get my foot on his knee versus trying to bring that knee in. So when I go here, it makes it easier for this to be in front. The idea is I'm going to go a little bit farther than he wants me to go. So I plane to my right. I sit to my left. He's going to push me, right? So I'm just going to go a little bit farther. And I'm going to land here. And then I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to sit to my right. And now I'm just going to go a little bit farther to here. And I'm going to come over here, and sit up, and go a little bit farther to here. Okay, that's it. Try it. So, planing, critical. Okay? Whether you're passing the guard or attacking with the guard or doing boxing or whatever, angle is key. Doesn't matter what side of the dynamic you're on, it's all set up from angles. So I'm angling first. I'm recognizing the hand position so that I can avoid the frame. If I get up and hit the sweep, that's great, but I want to make sure that I have total attachment to that arm with my whole arm, not just cupping the elbow or reaching into the armpit, but literally making a sash with their arm and hitting the sweep. If they hug me and drive me, I'm going to go a little bit farther than they want me to go. Okay? And I'm going to hit the sweep anyways. Now, I can't get all the way up. This next technique I'm going to show you here, the version that I show you, like we were talking about fundamentals and stuff yesterday, the techniques that I'm using to illustrate a concept, they're not fundamentals, right? Just like, I can't remember what sweep we did yesterday, but any one particular sweep, like a butterfly sweep, like that doesn't have to be your sweep. That's not a fundamental, like Matt was saying. But the principles around it are, right? So this planing motion, that's a fundamental. Sitting up, that's a fundamental, okay? I think the concept or the idea of going a little bit further, like when I run into resistance in jiu-jitsu, rather than trying to drive my head through the wall, I think that's a fundamental. That idea. I don't think you can do good jiu-jitsu until you're willing to give in. Okay? So, anyways, next technique. I'm here. I'm working that airplane motion. Boom. I'm over here. I've got that good angle. My intention is to sweep Dan. I come up. I'm going to sweep him, right? But this is in the way. So let's say come here. Okay. A little bit further than he wants me to go. Okay. So I'm here. Okay. What I want you to understand with this is you don't have to get very far into the sweep to get the armbar. I come here. I get this far off the ground. This is all I need. I come here, this hook, here, and now I go a little bit farther than he wanted me to go.